All right. So, welcome to Story Time with Radhika. We're doing this after a very long time, but we've decided this Thanksgiving break, we'll do one story a day. So, today's story. Who remembers yesterday's story before we start with today's? And the lesson from yesterday's story? Anybody?
The sun's fighting. The sun fighting the wind story.
Yes, yes. And what was the moral of that story yesterday?
Mm, mm, you have to be kind and warm to people.
Yes, you have to be kind and warm to people to get things done from them. Kindness works way better than being harsh and cold. Yeah? Okay, let's look at today's story. Today's story is set in um, a long time ago in this village, right? So, Krishna and Arjuna are taking a walk across their entire country. Hmm? So now they're walking, they're actually trying to visit a particular temple. Now, to go to that temple, they can either go through the village or they can take a shortcut through the forest and go. But all the village people come and say, Krishna, Arjuna, don't go this route. And Krishna and Arjuna say, why? They say, oh, there is a snake, and this snake is ruthless. Anybody who goes, it just bites them. So don't go through that road, just go through our village only. We have lost many men because they went through the forest to that snake because it bites.
Huh?
So now what happens? Arjuna says, Krishna, I think we should listen to these people from the village. We should not go through the forest. I think we should go through the village only, even if it's a long cut. What does Krishna say? Come on, Arjuna, I'm here with you. Let's go. And they go, and who do they meet? As they enter the forest, no less than 10 steps, and the snake comes ready. But you know what? Instead of biting them, he says, Krishna, I'm so happy to see you. I've been so lonely in this forest. Nobody comes, and I've been really sad being all by myself. It's so good to see you after a long time. He's very friendly with Krishna. So Krishna says, dude, you're such a friendly guy. Why do you keep biting people? You know, that's why you're lonely here. Nobody comes here because you keep biting people. So the snake says, oh, then what do I do? I'm a snake. It's my nature to bite. So Krishna says, you don't have to bite. Don't bite people. And if you bite, obviously no one's going to be friends with you because they'll be worried you'll bite them. And so, saying this, Krishna plays with him for a while and then they go off to the temple. They finish it and go. Many months pass, and now Krishna and Arjuna are back in the same. They want to visit that same temple. And what do they do? Do they take the long route or do they take the shortcut? What do they do? Shortcut, right? They go via the shortcut and they said, okay, this is how we can go to the temple fast, so let's take the shortcut. And they go, and again they meet the snake. But how does the snake look right now? Does he look healthy? No, he's all beat up. His face is wounded. The whole body has cuts and bruises, and he's barely alive. He's like limp like that. And Krishna says, what happened to you? A few months ago, I saw you. You were nice and good, and you were lonely, and I told you not to bite. So what happened? He said, yeah, thanks to you, your advice, you said not to bite. Now, all the people that go through here, they take advantage of the fact that I don't bite them and they throw stones at me and they poke at me with a stick. I don't like all that. They hurt me. So Krishna says, silly snake, what did I ask you to do? I said, don't bite. Meaning, it's not that you don't protect yourself. If somebody, then you go ahead and you hiss. You don't have to bite somebody. You can hiss. That'll keep them away. It'll scare them enough. Huh? Protect yourself, is what Krishna told them. What do you all learn from this story? How does it apply to our life? Yeah, Krish, go ahead. How does it apply to our life?
You should never be mean to anybody, and you should always try to solve it. Like
Yeah.
you should never punch somebody before you talk it out.
Yes, that is very good. Yeah, the snake was initially going straight for the punch, right? He didn't
Yeah.
necessarily play with anybody. Okay, good. What other lessons are there? What else did you guys learn? Rishil, Ayush, Yogita, Skanda. What did you all learn? Tina. Yeah, go ahead, Tina.
I just take others' advice, but
Mm-hmm.
don't like stuck with that. Adjust accordingly. Like take others' advice, but do according to your situation.
So
Use
you're
your mind.
saying that the snake took Krishna's advice literally, but he didn't adjust it to the situation.
Yeah, he
Okay,
did
all
not
right.
understand properly. Like
Yeah, yeah. So you're saying when people give you some advice, you see how it applies to you and then utilize it, not just
yeah.
literally. Very nice, Tina. Okay, what else do you understand from the story? Anyone else? Any other
So,
thought?
if you are protecting yourself,
Uh-huh.
while you are protecting, it's okay to harm others in a way that you protect yourself, not intentionally hurt anyone.
Not intentionally hurt anyone, but to protect yourself, it's okay to harm others. Let's think about this a bit. Okay, what else? Anyone else wants to share? Kanda, Yogita, anyone? Rushil?
The moral is to always take the shortcuts, not the long way.
The moral is to take the shortcuts, not the long way. Okay. The moral of this story is it's okay to show anger. How many of us parents get angry with our children? We probably yell and scream at them, or maybe even give them one. But then later on, we feel bad. Oh, maybe I lost my cool with my child. Gurudev often says you can show anger. Like how Krishna said, you can hiss to the snake, right? You can show anger, but not be angry with the person. Anger, literally, when you get angry, what happens to you? It's your brain that gets lesions in it. Physically, there's something that happens to us when we get angry. So, this story is that example where it says, yes, stand up for yourself, you know, but stand up for yourself in such a way that you're protecting your mind, yourself, and at the same time, you're not harming the other person, but you're letting them know what your boundary is. Don't have people walk all over you. Doesn't mean you hurt the other person. That's not okay, right? You deal with them nicely because yesterday's story, that's why I reminded you. Deal with them in a nice, warm, sweet way. At the same time, you're uh, making sure your boundaries are also set. Krish, you want to share a thought?
What?
Would you want to share a thought? You wanted to say something?
No.
Okay, all right. So this is the moral of the story. Everybody got it? So you show anger, but not be angry. Because physically, you're hurting yourself. When you get angry, you're hurting yourself more than you're harming the other person. And who knows what you're doing in that anger. So maybe you are harming the other person also. So show anger, set the boundaries. And for parents who are trying to discipline their children, set consequences and stick to the consequences. Hmm? If you don't do this, I'm not going to give you X, or I'm not going to, you're not getting this. If you're saying something like that to them, stick to it. Don't give in. Then then children start recognizing and they will listen to you as well. Yeah. Okay. Very nice. With that, good night, sleep tight, sweet dreams, and grow tall. We didn't do closing prayers yet. Thank you for the reminder. Tina, you want to do closing prayers?
Yeah.
Start.
Is it a
Yeah.
Sarva Sena? I always forgot.
Sarve bhavantu.
Om Sarve